Hello, fellow Star Wars fans. My name is Star Raptor. I'm so happy you could join me for another week where I talk about Star Wars comics. Today we have one from Dark Horse, one from Marvel. But before we get started, make sure if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome and subscribe to the channel because that's how you'll get the latest info on the latest Star Wars comics. So with that being said and done and out of the way, let's jump into the show proper with our first issue from Marvel. Here we're looking at Darth Maul Black, White, and Red, issue number 3. This one is called The Mission. This is written by Erica Schultz with artwork by Leonard Kirk. Now remember, this is basically an anthology 4-part series. Each one of these tales has a different creative team, which is just showcasing Maul before the time of the Phantom Menace. So in this story, we have Maul that is sent to basically take care of a loose end that is dealing with Palpatine, giving him a thorn in the side. So Maul is going to infiltrate the stronghold of a bunch of thugs to basically assassinate this one character. The story behind that character is one day he was just, wandering around the undercity of Coruscant and found Maza Meda in very regal looking clothes. He said, "Oh, that's interesting for somebody that's down here. Why are they dressed that way?" Ended up tailing him to Senator Palpatine of Naboo, and ooh, now he's got dirt on that guy. He's going to sell that information to somebody. Palpatine caught one of that, and that is what Maul is doing, is to take out this Deveronian that has seen something he shouldn't seen. So this guy is a gunslinger, this Deveronian. He is not just a civilian. This guy has been known to be doing missions and different things. The seedy things of the Star Wars galaxy, we'll say that way. So throughout this tale, we see Senator Palpatine, which was really cool. We get to see him interacting with the different dignitaries and how he does work with, you can see the kind of the underworld-esque things he's dealing with the way he's interacting with these people and swaying their mindset with Valorum and all this stuff, which is really cool details, by the way. But just the artwork in this is fantastic. This might be my favorite out of the 3 so far we've gotten. The colors really jump. And we're seeing Maul doing crazy, despicable things, such as decapitating one of the lieutenants of this Deveronian and then literally throwing this guy the head, be like, "Hey, yeah, I'm coming for you." So there's really cool stuff like that. And just overall, this ties into the Acolyte in last night's episode, where the Sith are basically like, "Hey, we need to kill everybody that sees us because we're not supposed to be found yet. The grand plan has not started. Everybody that sees us must die." And it's essentially what's happening with Maul. He's killing everybody that sees him to hide him and Palpatine's, background and their image in the underworld before it is too late. So, yeah, I've been loving this series. I like how these tales really do feel like they fit in the wider scope of things. I'm not sure if these technically are canon, but I'm treating them as canon for now because they haven't really stepped on the toes of any other stories to my knowledge, but that's not a big deal. Overall, it's a great story. It doesn't matter if it's canon or legends. It's just something I enjoyed. Now, getting into our next and final issue, this one's from Dark Horse. And this one is Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, Saber for Hire, issue number 3. This is chapter 3, The Terror of the Nameless, of course, written by Kevin Scott, with artwork by Rachel Stott. And in this, we have Tylera Yorrick. Yes, the monster hunter herself. Her buddy has gotten away with her ship to go on this mission to save the senator of, well, actually, the son of the Chancellor of the Republic, Lena So, her son, Kip So, and his lover Lam, who is a son of the Senator of Valo, have, unbeknownst to themselves, realized they're stuck on the wrong side of the storm wall. They're in the occlusion zone, and well, Ty York realizes, and her protege guy, Druin, realizes that, hey, they're over there, and he goes and steals her ship, basically, to go rescue these guys to give a name for himself. Meanwhile, Ty realizes this after she basically delivers this poor little Force-sensitive girl that got taken by the Nile in the previous issue, and now she's asking for a favor for these people. "Hey, I need to borrow your ship. Is that okay? That's payment for me saving your child. Can I borrow your ship?" And as she gets her way, she gets her wish. She realizes that kid is in trouble. As soon as she leaves, she gets back down there to realize it is something not good for a Force sensitive, especially a Jedi. The Nile have returned and they've returned with a Nameless, right? And it's not good. We know what happens with the Nameless. They interfere with the Jedi's mindset, and it can kill them and turn them to stone, and they crumble basically. So we have all that going on. Plus, there's somebody that knows Tylera, a cloaked figure. I'm thinking it's some kind of child of the storm because they are cloaked for purposes that we're not supposed to know yet. So I think that's a really cool mystery element of who is this person. But basically, long story short, Ty is able to rescue this girl. They get out of there. And then Ty ends up going to the planet where Druin and Kip and Alam are, and she doesn't get there just yet, but Druin does, and he ends up finding them as they're being attacked by like some kind of tentacle creature. And then the Nile, of course, come in, and I don't know if that thing is a Nameless or a hybrid of a Nameless, but a Cthulhu-looking character that is huge, along flanked with many Nile, come in at the end to kind of bar them up, and that's our cliffhanger. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Ty gets them out of that situation. But overall, it was cool. I liked how in the beginning of this issue, you have this girl that Ty returned. She is force sensitive, and unbeknownst to her own skills and abilities, she's reading Ty's mind, and Ty is basically saying, "Get out of my mind." Again, this story is continuing to make Ty a more sympathetic character. You really get to see that kind of love that she has for the innocent of this girl specifically, saving her and everything else. So I really did appreciate getting that softer side again of Ty, who has been very that Witcher, Geralt of Rivia-esque character who is just very job oriented, no emotion, just give me the money and I'm going to move on to my next thing in life. We're seeing her get more of a heart, and that's the purpose of this miniseries, it seems like. But there you have it. Those were the comics this week. Remember, if you're new to the channel, first off, subscribe here at this channel if you haven't already. And if you want a more in-depth, organic conversation about these comics every week, go over to the Star Wars Underworld YouTube channel, subscribe there, because me and Matthew Neugebauer over on our weekly show called The Tractor Beam on that channel every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern talk about these in depth. Plus, on this channel right now, I have content relating to the Acolyte with my own podcast, with my own videos, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. High Republic is in the same era as the Acolyte, just 100 years before. So these stories are all connected, guys. So that's good to know for me, Star Arthur. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always for light and life. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StarRaptor.